After he had come down from the mountain, large crowds followed him. A leper now came up and bowed low in front of him. "Sir," he said, "if you want to, you can cure me." Jesus stretched out his hand, touched him, and said, "Of course I want to. Be cured." And his leprosy was cured at once. Then Jesus said to him, "Mind you, do not tell anyone, but go and show yourself to the priest and make the offering prescribed by Moses as evidence for them."
Recognize our own leprosy and our need of the loving forgiveness of God. Do we ever come humbly and kneel before Jesus and ask for healing and forgiveness? Am I a sinner ready to acknowledge this need? We cry out to be free.
When you were meditating on this story, what were the things that came to your mind?
Well, I can reflect on meeting a leper myself when I was working in Africa. And he was a long distance off, and we were walking on the same path. I knew we were going to meet, but he kept calling out to me, "Don't come closer, don't come closer." But I just kept walking. And I came right up to him, and he was trembling because he was so afraid, you know. And so I looked into his eyes, and I could see the fear there. And I said to him, "You do not need to be afraid." I said, "I know who you are. I could even perhaps call you by name." And I said, "I recognize your need. And right here and now, I pray over you, asking for your healing. It may not happen now, but we'll pass one another, and you'll take my prayer with you." And so we just went our ways. It was in the middle of a jungle.
I have nothing else to say. You were Jesus to that man.
Yes. And I felt that, you know. And I was wearing my habit too, which made him even more fearful because he would recognize that I was a priest or something. And so I was very gentle how I spoke to him, and just a quiet voice.
Okay, I can't add to that. That's amazing. Wow. And your poem is so good too. Jesus and the Leper by Father Bob. Rejected, dejected, lonely, afraid, rejected by society, dejected because of loss, lonely without friends, afraid of all these things. He came, humbly, simply, hopefully. He came to Christ, humbled by his life, simply begging help, hopeful of receiving. He was a leper, disfigured and defaced by the disease itself, yet totally human by his standard. Eaten by the sickness, his body a mass of pain, yet deep within hope reigned supreme. "Lord," he said respectfully, "if you want to, you can cure me." What words these are! Jesus, seeing all, within and without, spoke gently and firmly, "Of course I want to." Reaching out to him, Jesus touched him. "Be cured," he said, and hope and faith were fulfilled. From the well of his love, Jesus cured the rejection, dejection, loneliness, fear, as well as the leprosy. In faithful gratitude, the leper followed Jesus, to witness always and everywhere that the Word cured him, accepted, uplifted, befriended, encouraged by the Word, Jesus Christ.
We've just heard about Jesus' special compassion toward a poor leper. And so we think about similar people in our world today. And we wish to pray that God may have mercy upon them and help them and heal them, and may use us also to bring comfort to them. So let us pray. Almighty and most merciful God, we call to mind before you all those whom it would be easy to forget: the homeless, the destitute, the sick, the aged,